Today I'm going to go over how to get started in Materio as a designer. You'll log in and you'll see that you can add a new project right here. So I'm going to go add my project address right here. I like to put my client's last name in parentheses, and then any of your team members who are in your organization, you can also add them here if they need to collaborate. And then Materio, one of the unique things that we offer and that we also encourage when setting up a project is to add a visual. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add, let's just say I might only have a mood board or vision board for this project right now. I may be sourcing things or figuring out the floor plan. And let's just say, you know what, we do have a first version of that floor plan. So I'm going to add that in. And then as that loads, you'll notice up here I have the team members on my project. This is where I have the ability to share with my clients, external collaborators, or other team members. And then over here on the left, I have my scope, my timeline, my selections, my activity, and my finances. All right, so now you'll see that I have a page, my mood board here. I'm going to rename that. And then I'm also going to rename my floor plan with a date so that my team knows what they're looking at. And now I'm going to get started with my outline. So let's say that you're ready to sort of start outlining the things that you might need. You're ready to send a proposal to your customer, meaning you're ready to say, hey, I think this project is going to cost this much. So I'm going to start my outline. We've made it really easy to get started. I'm going to say how many bedrooms or baths. You can go in and customize this later. And then I'm going to add the categories. Let's just say this is mostly finishes. So I'm going to add in the things that are needed. You can also add in custom categories for this later. So now you'll see that the scope of work is going to be built out over here on the left, and my plan is going to be over here on the right. So the way the Materio is connected is that when I go in and I create an item, which it estimates for me, I can put in, okay, we think we're going to stick to a $3,000 budget on this. Let me close out of my face here for a second. You'll see right here I've got needs selection. So when I turn on needs selection, this is going to populate into my selections workspace. You'll see when I hover over this, it says chandelier estimated at $3,000. And if I go over to my selections workspace, it's going to tell me, hey, you need a chandelier in the living room. And now I can go and I can source options for this and then manage the approval and the procurement process. So as a designer, this is really important because it gives you that sort of selections workspace. So I'm going to add these chandeliers in. Of course, you can add new options. And then Materio says, hey, these are ready to send. So the first thing you want to do as a designer is get your plans or your boards in and start to outline the items that you need for your project. Materio has quite a few types of markers. We have area markers, polygon markers, which help you measure square footage. You just need to set the scale for your project. We also have linear feet that help you measure things like cabinet or trim or anything, even if you're trying to measure the dimensions of a couch. So we help take you from, we need this thing that is within the spec, and then we help you find the options for that. So another thing I want to talk about is quickly adding your fees at the bottom. We have a default, but what you can do is go in and delete these fees, and let's say you wanted to call this designer fee, you could go in and change your percentages, and that's going to apply on top of the total cost of your job. Of course, when you're adding options as products, you can add markups. So overall, Materio is connected in that you have a plan with this dynamic navigation. You can add visuals if you want to present to your clients their Materio, and then you can build out your selections and your product here using this really visual workspace. I'm going to hop over to a project real quick where I can show you one that is a little bit more built out. So once a project is a little more built out, you'll see that when your clients are sent the selections, they actually see pretty much this, where they can go in and they can approve. They can look at the two options, they can look at the prices, and they can go in and approve. And then once it's approved, it's going to go to this confirm section, which allows you to go through and mark whether something is ordered, where you can put tracking numbers and schedule the arrival on your timeline, or you can put that it's been received, and you can put if it's at the warehouse or the job site. And then of course, once it's completed, you can change that to be installed. So we are helping you manage the outline of a project all the way through the procurement and the delivery. It's super easy to share with contractors and super easy to share with your clients. So we hope that this is a system that can work for you in order to kind of connect all of the pieces. Of course, this is just a quick rundown. If you have any questions, you can email us at hello@materio.co, and we are happy to set up a time to do a coaching call or a demo session.